Dzień dobry, witam bardzo serdecznie w kolejnym epizodzie z Kingdom Come Deliverance. W przednim odcinku Ser Radzik powiedział do mnie: synu. Nie wiem, co to może oznaczać, nie wiem. Chodź się domyślam. Dobra, idziemy tam. Lecimy. Nic się Boga nie boimy. Dobra, chodź kuc, lecimy. Chodźmy do tego questika. Jak tam się dostać? Ścieżka tu powinna być. A nie w teorii. A jest, zaraz obok domu, Jezu, ja tak się... Chciałem w krzaki wbiec. Nie wiem, czy ta gra jest tak zaprojektowana, że tutaj jednak trzeba się trzymać szlaków. To jest okej. Nie mam z tym problemu. Zanim spieprzę coś, to lepiej ogarnę, o co chodzi. Włamywanie. Grosze. Kupiecki, mieszczański miecz. No fajne rzeczy, kurde, wezmę wszystko, bo to jest naprawdę dobra rzecz. Jest.
They must have been in a hurry or they'd never have left it behind. Someone was wounded here. It looks like another person dragged him off. Maybe there'll be some tracks. Another clue. I must be going the right way.
Węgiel.
Blood. It looks like I'm on the right track. This way. Charcoal burners. Someone must have seen or heard something.
Włamywanie łatwe. Ktoś z nich musiał coś słyszeć.
It looks like blood. Another clue. I must be going the right way. This way. Blood. I'm on the right track.
Się pojawił za moimi plecami.
God be with you.
What happened at...
What crossroads?
Listen, there's corpses lying on the road out there, a ransacked wagon, and a trail that leads right here. Now, you seem to be honest and friendly folk, not marauding cutthroats. So I prefer to believe you don't have anything to do with it.
But
if you don't start helping me, I might change my mind.
I don't know nothing, and I haven't seen nothing. If you want to know something about it, just
Who is this boy?
𝗶𝗶𝗴𝗡 cracks the whip around here. You'll recognize.
Thank you.
May the Lord watch over you.
Włamałem się po prostu.
Who are you?
Do as I say, and you might walk out of here alive.
What? What's that? What do you mean?
Don't worry about it. Just answer my questions, and I might even help you.
Well, if you say so.
Who is it you work for? Who did the wagon belong to?
To Menhart. He's some kind of merchant who hired me for protection.
And where's this Menhart disappeared off to?
No idea. I blacked out after the attack. Only came to my senses.
Who ambushed that?
A knight. He's been following us for a while.
And where did he go?
I don't know. I got a beating, and then I passed out.
Do you know what you were carrying in that wagon?
I never asked Menhart that.
Can I see your...
Are you a quack?
Sort of. That's a deep wound to the flank, and you're still...
Will you...
I can try. Tell me more about the knight.
Where's the coin?
What? What coin?
I will not repeat the question.
I don't know about any coin. I swear.
Ah! Damn it! Where are those sacks you took from the wagon?
Sacks! They're behind the shed.
That's him! That's got to be that knight!
Is that all? Did you take anything else?
Fuck! Stop! Stop right there!
Szybko! Dalej. Ja i tak cię zła dorwę. Czekaj, kurwa, gdzie on jest? Tam gdzieś. Ja pierdolę tą grę, no kurwa. Jebane krzaczory, ty. Albo biegnę tam, gdzie oni chcieli, albo... w życiu do gościa nie dorwę. Mam kurewsko szybkiego konia. Jak jeżeli ten go nie dorwie, to nikt go nie dorwie. O, dziwnie się z tym kaskiem walczy, naprawdę. Nic kurde nie widać. Myślisz, że długo będzie mi spierdalał? Ała.
Well?
Who is that diver? It seems I have finally met my match.
I want to know everything. Who you are, why you're here, and what you know about the ambushed wagon.
You may call me Ulrich. I will tell you nothing more until you give me some assurances.
Assurances? How about this? If you talk, I'll spare you.
Do you expect me to believe that? I know full well how these stories end. I have been at the other end of the sword more times than you can count.
I give you my word.
The word of a thief? Jesus. It is true what the preachers say. This world has gone quite mad. You had better kill me. I'm finished, anyway. Just as you are.
Why do you think I'm finished?
He who lives by the sword dies by the sword. Once you take a weapon in your hand, your days are numbered. It is the same for every one of us.
Not everyone.
Every last one. Knight, mercenary, or footpad. There are men who die peacefully in bed, their wives and children at their sides. But not you, or I. You will end your life in a ditch with your belly ripped.
Unlike you, I'm not a criminal.
You believe that the forging of money is an honest trade?
I've got nothing to do with that. I'm not a forger, I'm the one investigating them.
What? What are you saying?
I'm in the service of 𝗄𝐻𝐺𝐸 𝗂𝐵𝐴𝐴, Governor of Skalitz and Royal Hetman.
Then we have something in common. I also am here under orders from above.
From who?
Perhaps you might sheath that weapon, so that we may talk eye to eye, if we do indeed have a common cause.
Stand up.
It is true our meeting has not begun well, but if it is the truth that you are sent by 𝗂𝐵𝐴𝐴, then we can assist each other.
What do you mean?
I found out many things, but there are still questions I cannot answer. And the last man who knew anything is now dead.
What man was that?
Meinhard, the merchant from Passau. Listen, I will explain everything to you, but first, I need you to do something for me.
Oh, really?
You will introduce me to a certain person, and I will tell you everything I've learned.
Who do you mean?
Master Tobias Pfeiffer. If you truly serve Sir Radzig, then you must know him.
I think I know who you mean. What do you want him for?
I have here a written confession which tells how those forgeries are made, but I do not understand such technical matters. Master Pfeiffer, however...
We'll definitely be able to make sense of it. And you'll give it to me, just like that?
It seems I have little choice. This is the last lead I have. In the meantime, I will return to Sassau and see what I might learn there.
Who are you working for?
I understand why you wish to know, but this does not mean I am at liberty to tell you.
That sounds a bit fishy.
It is simply that my master does not wish to be revealed. And if we are to help one another, that is how it must remain.
Shouldn't you go with me to see Pfeiffer?
No.
What's your name, anyway?
I told you. I am Ulrich.
Just Ulrich?
It is enough.
Because you look like a knight. They seldom have just one name.
It is true, I have a horse, armor, a sword, and a shield. But there are many ways to acquire such things these days, as I am sure you know.
So you're not a knight?
I am a trustworthy soldier in the service of a nobleman. That is all you need to know.
All right then, Ulrich. Let's leave it at that. Who are you working? Very well. Tell me what you know about the false...
Do you know Passau?
It's a German city, right?
Correct. A city of great wealth, where there are many merchants. Passau is a city of trade. All the currencies in Christendom...
I see. And that would include Prague Groschen?
Some months ago, counterfeit groschen were discovered to be circulating there. They are made from copper plated with silver. The puzzle alderman began to investigate and learned that a family of money changers was involved. They were bringing the forged coins in from Bohemia and sending... My liege lord is allied to the puzzle alderman, so they...
And so he sent you?
Yes. He needed a man that he...
And what about that wagon? What happened there exactly?
I followed Menhard from Passau. I had reason to suspect a connection with Sassau.
So they were transporting false groschen on that wagon?
Yes. On their way here, they brought real coin. Groschen, forints, francs, and the like. But now, the sacks were full of counterfeits.
What do you mean about the connection with Sassau?
The matter was investigated in Passau, and the executioner extracted information from those who were arrested. They told him that the coins were made in a monastery.
What, in the monastery?
I cannot say. I know only what the Passau
Mam
scribe
to!
wrote down in his reports
Kurwa.
of the...
Wszystko mam, tylko zabiłem tego gościa.
Why did you let them get here?
I wanted to discover where they hand over their coins, which I... until he came to this god-forsaken trek.
What happened on
I ambushed them. I took down 2.
What next?
While I was chasing Manhard, those charcoal burners came and stole what they could.
So we won't get...
Unfortunately,
What happened to Menhard?
His dad, of course.
I know, but what did you do with his...
I buried it. He was a bastard. But I am not one to leave Christian remains rotting in the woods.
I see.
He ran from the wreck, and don't think I don't know why you ask. Robbing graves is shameful.
That's not it at all.
If you say so.
What happened to...
His...
I know. I'd say that's the pot calling the kettle black.
You're mistaken. I have many deaths on my conscience. But robbing the dead...
Very well.
Godspeed. I will...
Okej, załatwiony. Mam jakieś punkty do rozdania? By the way. Gracz. Walka. Brona mam 2 punkty. Wszystko mam już tu rozdane, nice. Umiejętności. Kradanie się. Tak jest, tak jest. I włamanie się. Książę złodziei. To jest zajebista umiejętność. Pewno zapiszmy to. Dobra, i teraz musimy do punktu. Poczekaj na rozwój wypadku, to później. Daj dokumenty. A, to ten był gościu, patrz, teraz już wiem. Dobrze! Dojechałem. Trochę późno, ale to dlatego, że muszę zrobić kanapkę. I zobaczyłem, że gdzieś tam zatrzymałem się, bo jakiś pielgrzym mnie zatrzymał. No ale cóż. Czasem pielgrzym musi też zatrzymać, nie? Ale zrobię sobie kanapkę. Okej. To jest moje łóżko? O. Myślę, że ten gościu śmiało do rana wytrzyma, a ja się przynajmniej trochę zdrzemnę. Dobra, nie będzie w tym starczy. Jak jest 100% do 100%. Trawa. W takim razie przydałoby się... Radzy kobyła tutaj jest. Kurwa, gdzie on może być? Tu. Może tu. Może tu. Jan Ptaszek tu śpi. A może to jest piętro niżej jednak. Ej, da się jednak te drzwi otworzyć. Ty, ale mnie w chuja zrobili, ty. Masz coś do zupki? O, jest zupa. Uwielbiam.
Hey, what the hell do you think you're doing?
What are you doing here? You're after something. What the hell was that?
Oj!
Jak mam tam wejść w takim razie? Może mogę zapisać i zrobić ten... Włamać, ale czy to jest legalne? O, cześć.
The Lord be praised. What brings you to me?
Włamałem ci się, kurde, do domu.
Master 𝗂𝗡𝐴, I need to speak with you. I found out something about the counterfeit coin.
Did you really? Do tell.
Close to Rovna, I came across a wagon that was transporting the false coins. Unfortunately, I came too late. The carter and his men were dead.
Jam and blast. Do you know who did it?
Yes, a certain knight turned up there. Turned out he was also after the forgers.
Well, that is indeed unexpected. Tell me, what did he say?
His name is 𝗚𝗺𝗃. He looked like a knight, but he refused to show his master's colours.
Ulrich, you say? Could be anyone. Can you describe him?
An older man with a moustache. But for all his grey hairs, he seemed pretty tough to me.
Doesn't match anyone I've heard of. But then we don't even know if Ulrich is his real name.
I asked him who his liege was, but he refused to tell me.
We live in such strange times. In days past, knights would vie with each other to see who could extol their liege's name the loudest. And today, they take assumed names, hide their emblems, and sneak around the land like thieves.
I got the impression he was hiding his identity because his master's at odds with Sir 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏.
That may well be. As a staunch supporter of the king, Sir 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 has many enemies.
He told me that the fake money was being taken to Passau in exchange for gold coins, then that real money was being brought back to the Bohemian lands.
That would explain why those fakes bear the Passau countermark.
His master's allied with the Passau alderman, and they told him to sort it all out.
I wonder who could be behind it all.
He gave me these documents to show you. He seemed to think they prove he was telling the truth. They're the records of the interrogations in Passau, and some other things he said you'd understand better than him.
Let me see. We, the aldermen of the city of Passau, interrogation held this day, put to pen by the quaestor. The place of origin is a monastery in the land of Bohemia. Which certainly confirms my suspicion that something underhand is going on in Sasso. Coin assay report. Copper core coated with amalgam. Ah, but this is interesting. Here's an outline description of how the forgeries are made. I'll have to study it more closely. We command Herr Ulrich to investigate and let no man stand in his way. This looks like the original safe conduct. It has the seal of the Passau alderman, but they certainly didn't pen this.
How do you know?
I recognize the hand. It's a Clement of Kaplitz, the high scribe of the Rosenbergs.
The Rosenbergs? Who's that?
A rich and powerful family in South Bohemia. Burgrave Henry III is a great rival of our King Wenceslas.
So what does all this mean?
Well, it certainly explains why your knight is so mysterious. Anyway, we should be careful. And we shall begin our investigation. The documents show they use silver amalgam for coating copper fakes. That's a lead we can follow.
What?
Silver amalgam. It's produced from quicksilver and silver.
Well, that doesn't sound like something just anyone can get hold of.
You're quite right. You will go to Sasso at once. Look around the forges in the city. Someone must be working copper for them. I, meanwhile, will take counsel with Sir Radzig and then follow after you.
Where shall we meet?
At the inn on Sasso Market Square. Farewell.
Porównuję z Rullikiem. No dobra. Wreszcie musiałem się włamać do tego pokoju, żeby z nim porozmawiać, naprawdę. Dobra, dokąd mam teraz pójść? Tazawa. Dobra, lecimy tam w takim razie. Lecimy, lecimy! Zasadzka kij z tym. Dobra, czyli musimy znaleźć jakiegoś... Znaleźć jakiegoś tutaj... rzeźnika raczej nie, ale... Przydałby się jakiś kowal. To jest za znak, co on robi? To jest pewien zielarz, co nie? Zieleniarz, sorry. A może to ktoś inny był? Nie wiem. Piekarz? Oberża? Teraz ciekawe, gdzie to będzie. Kurwa, dekarz czy coś? Rzeźnik... Dobra. Gdzieś w tamtą stronę musimy odbić, to na pewno. Może nie aż tak szybko. Miecznik Apla.
Good day to you. May the Lord watch over you.
Czy mamy jakąś lepszą broń? Ostry jak brzytwa 3. Okej. Prawda, nic więcej nie masz? Dobra, kij z tobą. A, czy możesz mi naprawić rzeczy?
Any chance of some work?
Well, he's...
I see.
Well, but by the time he...
And where did the
He sold the... Can you...
Dobra, kij z tym.
God be with you.
Dobra.
𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 is far, far away. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 is far, here I'll stay. My breath is short, my feet...
Kowal Mikesz.
Farewell.
To jest jakiś kowal. Tam musi mieć na pewno. Ten kowal jest najbliżej klasztoru, więc byłoby najłatwiej oszukiwać. Ty. Dobra. Wytrych. Miedź.
Copper. Quite a lot. Copper. Quite a lot of it. I wonder what Zach will have to say about this.
No właśnie. Jak podejrzewałem, że skoro jesteś blisko, to masz przejebane. Zbroja. Jedną zostaw pochodnie. Koń więcej nie uniesie? Naprawdę? Tak leżą rzeczy fajnie. Dobra, Zak, gdzie jesteś? Nie powinno go tutaj być? Zak, to ty? Nie, wartownik. Oj, Zak, Zak. To jest prywatny teren. Więc tak. O! Elo.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Do you work any copper here, Master Blacksmith?
Why'd you ask?
I'm looking into a few things here.
Looking into things? Meaning what?
I'm on the trail of a gang of counterfeiters.
Well, that's a serious business, but to answer your question, no. I don't work copper here.
I see. Then it's a little odd that you have baskets full of raw copper in the shed round the back.
You've been in my barn? Best make a head start before I talk to the bailiff.
Your workshop's supplying a counterfeiting gang. I'm not going anywhere until you tell me the truth.
All right. I suppose there's no point lying. We do make copy sheets here, and I wanted to keep it quiet.
Why?
Pays me good money, and the people I do it for. I wouldn't want to get on the wrong side of them.
Did they threaten you?
They didn't have to. Just by the look of them, I could say I needed to shut my mouth and do what they wanted.
And did they ever tell you who they were? Do you know where to find them?
I know a little. I'd show some understanding. There's nothing but trouble in it for me. I'll lose the work and be left looking over my shoulder for some thugs to come and burn down my house. Or worse.
If you lie down with dogs, you shouldn't complain about the fleas.
There's no need for threats. We can both benefit here. If I tell you everything I know, you can help me with a certain small matter. One that'll cover up for my loss of earnings.
Do you know what the penalty is for counterfeiting?
I never give it much thought.
Evidently, because the penalty for counterfeiting is burning at the stake. And I can personally guarantee that when you're standing on that pyre, you'll find a loss of earnings is the least of your concerns.
No, of course you're right. I shouldn't have. I'm sorry. It's just that I'm afraid of being left destitute.
So, out with it. What's been going on?
One evening I got a visit from this scruffy beggar calling himself 𝗶𝗶𝗃𝗃. He had a yellow cape on and kept whistling to himself. There was a knight with him too, but he didn't give his name. They told me what I had to do, how much I'd get for it, and I had to keep my mouth shut.
And where can I find this rapper? Or the knight?
I don't know exactly. But I've always left the wagon with the goods behind the monastery, on the hill there, next to a small chapel under a big tree.
Anything else?
No. I swear that's all I know.
Well, that'll do me for now.
Young man, about that matter I need help with. I'll gladly pay you.
I'm not interested.
Farewell.
Dobra. Teraz co muszę zrobić? W mieście, w którym materiały zostaną przekazane. Jakie inne rzeczy do zrobienia? Tak szczerze. Dobra.
Why are you just sitting around?
Why not? Admiring the view. People just do not appreciate a lovely view these days.
Does the name Rapiter ring any bells for you?
Rapota, you say? Rapota. No, I can't hear any bells ringing at all.
Admiring the view, my arse. If you ever want to see another view again, I suggest you answer my question.
Ha! I've been more...
Fuck you. Look, you little jester, I'm investigating a crime against the king on the direct orders of Sir 𝗏𝐴𝐺𝐸. Are you really going to keep pretending you don't know anything?
Hang on! What's all this about a crime against the king? I'm just keeping an eye on things. When a wagon comes in, I make sure nobody robs it. I get a commission for that, that's it.
See? That didn't hurt a bit. Bit of friendly advice. You're wasting your time here. Rapper's scarpered and won't be coming back this way anytime soon. You might as well pack up and go home.
What? That bastard owes me a dozen groschen. Damn it! Now what? Ah, well... In any case, thanks for the information. I could...
Dobra. I co teraz? Rozmawiaj z burlikiem. Okej. Okej, nie. Nie wiem po co to zrobiłem, ale dobra. To jest tutaj? The fuck?
God bless you. What troubles you?
You look different, Master.
So as to fit in. I don't want it known that I'm in town.
Why?
I don't want to alarm our prey. Gossip spreads quickly, and if those scoundrels learn we're onto them, they'll flee.
That does make sense.
So what have you found out so far?
I found out where they get the copper sheets from.
Really? So tell me.
It's the smith on the monastery craftsman's yard. He supplies the counterfeiters.
Do you know how he gets the goods to them?
No. All I know is that someone called 𝗏𝗏𝗃 collected the goods.
Not much, but it's a start. At least it's not a common name. Listen, Henry, I had another thought on the way here. Those counterfeiters have to have a punch die to make the fake coins.
Yes, of course.
That's sophisticated work. There's a man I know who works at the monastery yard, master engraver Jerome of Silesia.
You don't suppose that he's...
No, not that, God forbid. I know him well. He'd never do anything like that. But he runs an engraving workshop, so he might have heard something.
Very well, I'll ask him.
But ask with tact. I don't want him getting offended. And I prefer you not to mention me at all.
I'll try to think of something. That's all.
Good luck to you.
Dobra, i teraz dokąd mamy iść? Sprawdź warsztat. Ja mam wszystko. Kurwa. Mam schemat. Mogę się przyznać, że biorę w tym udział, bo jakby mam rzeczy, które by mnie mogły oskarżyć o to. Ale czy on będzie żył znowu, czy jak? Ty, on żyje z powrotem. O kurwa, ty. Ty. Ożywili go, ty. O lol.
My respects to you.
How goes the work, Master?
Getting there.
Tell me, master. I noticed some very interesting designs in the workshop. Is that your handiwork too?
Let me see. Looks like a drawing of the Prague groschen. One of my apprentices must have done it for practice.
What are you doing?
You're in an engraver's shop, my boy. We're engraving, of course.
Yeah, but engraving what?
Oh, we engrave...
You've got quite...
I'm usually here with my apprentice Florian. Of course, by simple observation, you'll note that this is not currently the case, and I'm here...
I see.
He shares the fate of the pharaohs for today. The 5th scourge of Egypt did smite.
Jesus Christ.
Do remain calm. I'm quite certain the plague from which Florian is suffering wasn't a judgment from on high.
What's he like? I don't really know what you mean.
Recently, for example, he told me that someone was following. In any case, why the...
Something like that.
May I ask?
We've been friends since childhood. I wanted to see him.
Making friends has been a skill of his from his earliest days. Unlike making anything related to his trade. About your question, you'll find him at home. No doubt feverishly dying. He sleeps in the baker's cellar.
Ah. Does Florian...
A man such as he certainly owes money at every turn, and the parents of local girls are undoubtedly displeased with his attempts to propagate. However, most recently it was that fury from the baths who accosted him in quite a spectacular rage.
A woman from the bath?
The harpy nearly tore all Florian's hair out. I don't frequently feel sorry for my ne'er-do-well apprentice.
Do you have any idea why
She was screaming about some girl, some flighty bath-maid, Esther. I would say that Florian had felt the joys of spring and acted accordingly. Although one...
Thank you.
Good luck to you.
No fajnie, że żyjesz. Okej, dobra, teraz dokąd musimy iść? B to jest Ulrik. A to jest łaziebna. To jest Florian. Najpierw do łaziebnej idziemy. Może coś od niej dowiemy. Może też ja bym się wykąpał jako postać.
So you'd be...
I'd like to...
And what is it you'd...
Oh.
I'm sure you... May the Lord watch over you.
I hear you're at odds with apprentice Florian.
At odds? I'll give you at odds. It's that sod's...
What exactly happened?
This man came in wanting a bath, and Esther with it. She doesn't normally offer that kind of service, but and suddenly I hear screams. So I run out, and I see the bastard pulling her out of the tent and shoving her into...
I assume that Florian knows this.
You know village girls. They don't get much of a choice. Every other knave has a turnip for a brain, and if they don't, they're... And then some young dandy turns up who writes her little poems. What's the poor girl to do? And this is how it ends. She should have stuck with the turnip heads.
Where can I...
Goodbye.
Okay.
You want something?
No, Florian to jest jakiś tutaj, widzę, pawidamek, to jeszcze ktoś to próbuje tu nieźle oszukać. No ciekawe, ciekawe. Tam gdzieś musi być, co?
Jesus Christ be praised.
You look quite sprightly.
What? Who the hell are you?
My name's Henry, and I'm making inquiries for 𝗂𝐲𝐬𝐴𝐺 𝗂𝐵𝐿𝐴.
And what do you want from me?
Straight to the point then? All right. I've been investigating counterfeit money, and the trail led me straight to you. Does the name Rapiter mean anything to you?
I don't know. Maybe?
Don't bother. I know you know him. You make the punch dice for the counterfeiters. How do you hand them over? Do you know where they work?
I can't say anything. I'll deny everything and you've got nothing on me. No evidence.
You just incriminated yourself.
One man's word against another.
And do you really think that's going to help you? Your word means nothing. You've got the tools, the knowledge, and the workshop. The only thing missing is a motive, but I'm guessing it's money.
I don't give a fuck.
So what then?
Those bastards kidnapped Esther. If I don't cooperate, they'll kill her.
I'm sorry about that.
Me too. Listen, I'll tell you everything, I promise.
So I'm to go...
I know where they...
Look, Florian, I'm sorry for what you're going through, honestly. But I'm not the only one who's after these people. As soon as they get wind of something, they'll be out of here and Esther will be gone with them.
If Rapiter finds I've told you anything, they'll kill her.
Not if I catch Rapiter first. He's here in...
Yes, they found me in the tavern one evening. Caught me when I went to the shit pile.
They?
Yes, Rapiter. And a night they called 𝗂𝐲𝐬𝐺.
And then what?
They explained what they wanted from me and I told them to sod off.
I'm guessing that didn't go down too well.
It wasn't all that bad. They just threw me on the dung heap and left. I thought it was just a drunkard's joke.
Where will I find Rapiter?
He's usually wherever I...
What does that mean?
He watches me. Everywhere I go. And when I'm at home, he sits on the bench in the...
So he's there now?
Hard to say. Sometimes I see him in the tavern on the green, buying supplies.
All right. At least I know where to start. And you go to work...
Why?
Because we have to lure him out. And besides...
I have my doubt.
How did you hand over?
Rapiter waited for me behind the church. I didn't want to give it to them without seeing Esther first.
And did they?
Yes, although I don't really know why. They took me to a derelict farm in the 𝗂𝐻𝐴𝐺 Hills. My poor Esther.
So at least you know she's alive.
Who knows? It was a while.
More punch dice?
They wear out over time. They have to be replaced regularly.
Why didn't you tell anyone?
At first I took it for a bad joke. And then, when they snatched Esther, there was nothing to be done.
I suppose I'd better go.
Go. Good luck to you.
Dobra. W sumie... Na rozwój wypadków został tylko ten gościu. Ale idziemy pojechać z tym gościem na B. Daleko on jest w ogóle? No, przez most trzeba przejść. Dobrze? Dobrze. Dobra, jest oberża.
What are they thinking of? I'm painting the church in 𝐿𝐻𝐴𝐺.
What did Master 𝗂𝐴𝐴𝐵?
I consulted him and we definitely have a starting point.
Tell me more.
Master 𝗂𝐴𝐴𝐵 found out they need copper sheets for the core of the...
I see. They have such materials at the monastery.
Exactly. That's why I'm interested.
Yes, that is good. Yesterday, I heard people from the craftsman's yard by the monastery complaining. They said...
I see. That's certain.
You said they use quicksilver. There is a painter lodging here who is painting the church in 𝗚𝗺𝐻𝐴𝐺. I heard him complain also.
Well, that's something to follow up.
Rozmawiaj z mistrzem fresków. Daleko on jest w ogóle? A tu jest zaraz. Fuck.
My respects to you.
I hear you've had
Problems? I should say so. For the third time this month, they've told me they've none. There's no quicksilver to be had, they said.
And who exactly are you talking about? Who's holding back?
The monastery overseer, or his assistant.
So what did the overseer have to...
Nothing. Apparently he doesn't deal in such trifles. Leaves it all to his assistant, the pump.
Surely such...
I wish I knew. Every time I ask for the red paint, there's a different reason why they haven't got the quicksilver to mix it. Once they said the goods never arrived, and another time that the wagon...
And you think they're...
Oh, Jesus, what do I know? But it seems pretty strange to me. 3 times in a row the same thing goes...
What do you need quicksilver?
I don't. They do. To mix up the red pigment for me. I'm painting the church in 𝐊𝐢𝐧𝐿𝐴. Can you imagine how stupid those biblical scenes look without red?
Not really.
Then be glad you can. My eyes hurt just to imagine it.
Please bring me something to eat.
That's all I need to know for now.
Ah. But wouldn't you care to buy...
Why not?
Take care now.
O.
I'll bring it right
I'll have a beer.
Okej, teraz dokąd mamy iść? Dobra, działamy. Czyli wchodzimy do środeczka i tam gadamy sobie z kimś, tylko z kim? Chyba wyżej jesteś, co, gościu?
Good day to you.
I'm looking for some quicksilver. Would you have any on hand?
Talk to my assistant. He deals with...
Fine, thank you.
God be with you.
Jesus Christ.
Do you have any quicksilver?
Who's asking?
I'm here on behalf of the master fresco painter. He said you sent him away empty-handed 3 times already.
Then I don't have any.
That sounds almost as if you don't want to sell it to me.
It's not that I don't want to. It's that I can't.
Can't you? In the 𝗂𝐸𝐴 monastery? That seems unlikely. It looks more like you're lining your own pockets to me. I wonder what people would have to say about that.
It's not. I'm not. Ugh. Shit.
Get to the point.
They came for me at noon. Directly to the office. Some night, it was. Without a crest. They told me they want...
And then what? Did they threaten?
Not at first. They tried to bribe me, and...
How did you hand it over to?
I take it up the hill behind the monastery here.
What did they threaten you with?
They said they know people in the monastery.
And you had been stealing? I mean...
You know how it is. I work my fingers to the bone.
So they knew about you?
Yes, they knew my name, everything.
Very well.
May the Lord watch over you.
Okej, dobra, czyli wychodzi na to, że dowiedzieliśmy się tego samego. Teraz czas zrobić. Znajdź trajkotę. Dobra, no to trajkotę znajdziemy, czemu nie? Wskocz. Czekajmy do rana. No dobrze, teraz tak, trzeba trajkotę znaleźć. Tutaj gdzieś byliśmy. A płatność. Ciekawe, czy ma lepszą zbroję niż ja używam. Dobra, zapytajmy może. O. Jesteśmy w mieście, zapytam. Ty, trekota, to... Okej.
Are you Rapiter by any chance?
Pardon me? Do we know each other?
No, but I'm hoping to change that.
Well, I don't have much time right now. I'd best be off.
It'll only take a moment.
All right then. What do you want?
I know that you... None.
Of course.
So?
No, I give up.
So, are you ready to talk?
I will. I will. Just don't hurt me, please. What do you want from me?
Tell me where the workshop is. Don't worry. Your master won't be punishing you for betraying him. You're both going to have too many other problems.
It's in the 𝐃𝐿𝐧𝐿𝐴 mines.
That doesn't narrow it down very much.
On the eastern side of 𝐃𝐿𝐴𝐧𝐿𝐴 Hill, there's an abandoned mine gallery. Well, it used to be abandoned. Now there's a small camp in front of it, and the workshop is inside.
Who is your lord?
𝗄𝐻𝐻𝐿𝐴𝐧𝐿𝐴 of Ronov. That's what he calls himself, although Ronov Castle's long gone.
What happened to it?
Ronov used to belong to Vincent, Count Lichtenberg. After his death, it fell to Margrave 𝗄𝐻𝐽𝑚𝑠t, and he had it pulled down. He knew full well that Vincent's vassals would resist him.
Why? Everyone knows that when a lord dies without issue, the king can confer his estate.
But Vincent had descendants. Ronov only fell to the Margrave because he declared them all ill. All because Vincent had refused to fight for him against Sir Prokop.
Who are you, anyway?
They call me Rapota. I used to be the executioner's henchman in Brno.
And how did you come to be serving 𝗄𝐻𝐻𝐿𝐴?
I helped him escape from prison. If I was going to serve anyone, better 𝗄𝐻𝐻𝐿𝐴 than the executioner.
So you saw being a brigand's henchman as a step up in the world?
I thought if things changed and he stopped marauding, he might get Ronov back and take me into his service.
Well, after this little escapade, you can forget about that. You'll be lucky if you don't end up swinging on the gallows.
It's all the same anyway now. I've betrayed him.
So who's 𝗄𝐻𝐻𝐿𝐴 working for? Don't tell me he just took it into his head one day to start forging coins.
That's not for me to know. 𝗄𝐻𝐻𝐿𝐴 was on speaking terms with various lordships.
Such as?
We were often guests at the monastery, but I slept in the hayloft, so I heard nothing.
And apart from that?
In the camp, you'd occasionally see a Hungarian nobleman.
I think I've heard enough.
Can I ask?
Yes?
I don't want to hang. It's a horrible death.
Ah, you're not worth tainting my sword with your blood. Now...
Niech spierdala, chuj z tym. Teraz fajnie było pogadać z tym naszym kumplem. Tak jest, Ulrikiem. I później pójdziemy razem do kopalni. Dobra, zróbmy to, będzie szybciej, jakby załatwimy to z nim. Nie tędy. No, ale bardzo zwrotny jest ten kuń. Bardzo zwrotny. Dobra, gdzie jesteś, gościu? Gdzie jesteś? W środku? Okej. Może tu okradniemy kogoś? Tam nie ma. Lol. Ale to sobie pouczyłem się, a co? To może być... U góry może? Elo.
I finally found out where the forger's workshop is. Master 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗏 was right. The forgers are sticking close to the supply source. Their workshop is somewhere in the mines. The entrance is on the eastern side of the hill. I've no idea what to expect there, but I'd rather go there with some backup.
I will be glad to give it. Lead on.
Według będzie lepiej, no. Znajdź wejście. Znalazłem wejście, naprawdę?
Answer to my get one for just when I wanted to vent my You call that combat?
Ah!
Over here!
Hey, all of you, gather here! Raise the alarm!
Wszystkich będę namordował, dobrze. Łup. Dawaj, grosze, nic więcej nie potrzebuję od ciebie. Nic więcej nie możesz zaoferować, gościu.
To arms! Get over here!
What have we got here?
Hey, all of you! Gather here! Raise the alarm!
What's the matter? Come on.
Alarm!
Give up? Good.
Damn!
Take that!
God
Ow!
To tak dużo przeciwników jest.
Come on.
I surrender!
You gonna cry now?
Add it up!
Kunda!
Dobra, dobra, spokojnie, panowie.
Come here, lily liver!
Kurwa.
Bring it on!
Co się tu odjebało? Co tu się kurwa odjebało? Nie czaję tego. Gdzieś utknąłem chyba. Ja schowałem wszystkie bandaże kurwa do konia. Nie pierdol. No kurwa nie pierdol tego ty. Mateusz, co ci się popierdoliło w tej mojej główce? Ja pierdolę ty. Kuń. Daj mnie to. Czy ja sprzedałem te bandaże? Chuj chodzi, ty. Bandaż. Mam. Dobra. Nie jest kolorowo. Zostawmy, zróbmy save'ika. Lecimy. Dejście drugie. To nas pokiereszowali. Rana głowy, rana tułowia. Fuck. No nie jest łatwo. Ty jesteś z nami? Ty przed nami tutaj? Ty z nami, co nie? Bo nie pobiegłeś za mną. Nie jesteś z nami, kurwa, mogłem cię po prostu zastrzelić. Ja pierdolę, gdzie jest ten gnój, no? Nie wytrzymam, kurwa, no. Dobra, dawaj to wszystko i tyle. Miałby jakiś gnojek pomóc, to poszedł w pizdu gdzieś. Okej. Okay. Jeszcze ktoś? What? Dawaj pieniądze. Ciężka tarcza, wezmę, może jest ok. Ten raczej słaby będzie. Ale łuk wezmę, chociaż wiejski wątpię, że był jakiś dobry, ale... Wezmę, czemu nie? Może ten łowiecki, dereniowy, coś tam, to może, kto wie. Wiejski łuk, to wezmę, zobaczmy. Dobra, zjadłem z garnka. Śmiało mogę zapisać. Lecimy dalej. Teraz, żeby nas to nie zaskoczyli za bardzo. Dobra, na spokojnie. Nic nie widzę, nic. Zupełnie, zero. Chyba ciemno jak w dupie. Serio, ja też nic nie widzę, nie przejmujcie się tym. Albo się przejmujcie, nie mam pojęcia w sumie. W każdym razie nic nie widać. Ale to jest kopalnia, więc... Kurwa, nic nie widzę. Dobra, trzeba światło.
Put that thing.
No, here.
No siema.
What do you want here? I don't know you.
I'm here at the command of the royal hetman, 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗏𝗃 𝗂𝐵𝗃𝗃.
𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗏𝗃𝗃, the king's hetman. I see.
I'm here to place you under arrest.
I gathered as much. And you came alone. Ha! Very daring of you, I must say.
I got to where I am without anyone else. Doesn't seem like I need any help.
You look capable. I could use a lad like you.
It's an interesting offer, but I'll turn it down if you don't mind.
By the way, who betrayed me?
That hardly matters, does it?
Do you think I won't get a chance to settle up with them? But I hope you don't imagine I'm just going to follow meekly after you like a lamb to the slaughter.
And where would you want to go?
Anywhere. Anywhere else is preferable to 𝗂𝐵𝐴𝐴's dungeon.
Really? You can't go to Moravia. The Margrave himself is after you there. And in Bohemia, the kings may change, but the coin remains, my friend.
What do you mean?
Whoever gets to be king, they can't afford to have someone forging money.
Do you think I'm doing this on my own?
No, but when the kingdom's back in order and it'll be time to shut this little operation down, they'll be only too happy to let you take the blame. Counterfeiting money gets no clemency.
It doesn't matter. 𝗂𝐵𝐴𝐴 will string me up from the highest tree in any case.
Maybe, but you're very shrewd and very persuasive. And you might know a few things that are worth more than your life. It's up to you. Either you give yourself up and try to make a deal with 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗏, or you'll be on the run for the rest of your life.
A deal with 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗏. It's true they say he's a canny man.
If you cooperate, you stand a chance.
Oh, very well then. May as well climb straight into the maw of the beast.
So let's go. Master 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗏 will be itching to ask you a few questions.
Wow, udało się, nice. A gdzie ten wypizdowo mały, co miał mnie tutaj pomóc? Gdzie on polazł? Dlaczego go nie ma?
Good work, Henry.
Thank you, Master 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗏. It wasn't easy, I can tell you.
I'll take some men and have a good look around there.
And what should I do?
You should get some rest and go to Rattay. In the meantime, 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗏𝗃 will have this wretch questioned. Maybe he'll get something useful out of him.
All right. I'll see you in Rattay then.
Nice, udało się. Dobra, na pewno zamiast tej pochodni dałbym tarczę. Nie wiem, czy to jest dobra tarcza. Raczej. Nie wiem, która jest tarcza lepsza. Zero. Całość. No to jest lepsza po prostu. Te też łuki są lepsze. Tyleż ten mój kłuc nosi, że nie wiem. Dobra, dokąd mam iść teraz? Rataje. Ale udało nam się tę misję dokończyć, kurczę. Chociaż chyba jeszcze nie dokończona w sumie, ale... Jesteśmy na finiszu. Już jest noc. Na pewno ważne byłoby pójść spać. Tutaj. To tak, wykąp się w Bali, to już jest stawka. Zapisz i sen. Tak do 8 myślę, że na spokojnie. Masz, żeby to załatwić. Prawa na 106. Dobra, jestem najedzony. Nie mogę chyba wejść. Nie, no muszę. Patrz, no on otworzył.
Hey.
Nie czaj, z tymi drzwiami zawsze są problemy.
There's the man. Good work, Henry.
Thank you, sir.
I tell you to take a well-earned rest, but unfortunately I need one more
Whatever you command.
𝐊𝐽𝐧𝐿 refuses to talk to us. The stubborn bastard's asking to...
Me?
Indeed. Normally I'd send for Captain Burner to beat it out of him, but then I told myself that if he's so keen to speak to you...
I'll try to get something out of him.
He's locked up in the tower.
Very well, sir.
Okej. Coś od Bernarda klucze. Gdzie on może być, ten Bernard? Mieszczanin? Strażnik? Teren prywatny.
What the?
Kradnij z kieszeni.
What the?
What the? Idź. Bernard, gdzie ty możesz być? Tak szczerze. Bo nigdy go nie szukałem, powiem szczerze. Nigdy go nie szukałem. Na górze raczej go nie ma. Zleceniodawca. Dwóch zleceniodawców jest? A tu jest. W tym miejscu, patrz. No ponieważ ten zamek jest podzielony na dwie części. Zupełnie o tym zapomniałem. Ej, Bernard, gdzie ty możesz być?
Christ! I'm expecting fabric and thread. If the bandits stole them, I'll have nothing to wear for Voita's dance.
God save you.
I need the key to 𝐃𝐞𝐥𝐢𝐯𝐿.
So Sir 𝗏𝐿𝐺𝐵 let him have his way in the end. He should have let me beat some answers out of him.
No wonder he doesn't want to talk to you.
Just try not to mess it up.
Thanks.
Take care now.
Dobra, teraz gdzie on jest zamknięty? Kurwa, jest zamknięty po drugiej stronie miasta. Ja pierdolę, ty. To kurwa zaprojektował, ty. Gościu klucza ma po jednej stronie, gościu jest po drugiej stronie. Kurde, no. Dobra, może tędy pójdę.
Good people, come up close and have a smell.
Have a look at these cucumbers. They'll stay firm.
Okej, zapiszmy grę, żeby nie było przypału. Wszyscy zjebali. To jest kryba, no ale gdzie jest tamten gościu w takim razie? Gdzie ja wlazłem? What the fuck, ty? Właśnie komuś po domu, nie wiem dlaczego nawet. Mam bardzo trudny zamek. A wiecie, że jak ma ktoś bardzo trudny zamek, to może mieć bardzo fajne rzeczy. Jakieś tam... Zagwizdałem mu kogoś w domu jeszcze, tak. Kurwa, złodziej idealny, naprawdę. Dobra.
Well, finally, I've had quite a wait.
Why do you want to talk to me, of all people?
𝐊𝐿𝐺𝐵 will keep me alive only as long as it takes to get everything I know out of me. You, on the other hand, gave me certain assurances. So I want to be sure that the secrets my life depends on end up in good hands.
I didn't promise you anything, but I'll see what I can do.
Very well, ask me anything you want. I won't be obstructive.
What I want to know most of all is who's behind it. Who are you making those forgeries for?
Do you think I couldn't have handled it all myself?
I'm not trying to insult you. It's just not a job one man could do alone.
All right, the way it began was I was short of coin, as usual. So I let those crimps in Sasau recruit me.
Recruit you into what?
I didn't inquire too much. In this business, you don't ask too many questions. But when they found out I wasn't just anybody, they put me in charge of the counterfeiting. A foreigner by the name of Eric gave me instructions. But for sure, he isn't the chief. And there's someone highly placed at the monastery who's mixed up in it too. But I don't know who.
How did you come to hear of all this business?
I met some old friends in Køln a few months ago. And they said they were heading for Sasau. that armed men were being recruited, and they'll hire anyone.
Old friends? Who were they?
Just a couple of brigands. We used to ambush the Margrave's messengers in Moravia together.
Nice friends you keep.
I was in dispute with the Margrave. A man in my position finds himself mixed up with all sorts.
And then what?
Rapota and I had been living off stale crusts for a month, so I wasn't going to turn down the chance of work, honest or otherwise. We rode to Sasau and met with the recruiters. It didn't take long to realize I was a nobleman fallen on hard times, not some common peasant.
Can you get to the point?
Well, they introduced me to this Eric, and he told me what was needed. They set up the workshop, got the men, the supplies, everything.
Crimps? You're telling me this Eric is recruiting armed men in Sasau?
Well, it seems so. I was giving the recruiters some of the coins to do it. The fake ones, of course.
Where can I find the recruiting gang?
That's tricky. It was my friends who led me to them. We met with them in the woods next to Sasau. It's about who you know, as always.
You said you gave them money. Where was that?
They'd ride to the mine gallery to see me. I don't suppose you'd find them there now.
If you say so.
This Eric, you reckon he's not the one in charge?
He puts on airs, but he's just a naive young pup. And he's always going on about his lord, though he never mentioned him by name.
Where can I find this Eric? You must have had some meeting place.
He used to come to the workshop unannounced, and after what's happened, I doubt he'll be showing his face there again.
This highly placed person at the monastery, what can you tell me about him?
I've no idea who he is, only that he's no small fry. After all, he handles the exchange of the forgeries in Passau.
I see. Is there anything else at all you can tell me about him?
No, he was supposed to supply me with materials too, but he backed out. Eric said he probably got cold feet.
Dobra, bo wszystkim powiedziałeś.
Will you put in a word for me with 𝐊𝐲𝐸𝐴? I'll swear allegiance to him if he'll have me. I'm sick of being a renegade.
I can try, but I can't promise you anything.
Dobra, i teraz wyłazimy stąd. Teraz... Nie, to nie ten przycisk. Nie chcemy przeczekać. Chcemy iść do... Okej. Dobra, muszę samemu tam wrócić. Odzwyczaiłem się już od chodzenia. Wiecie jak to jest. Czy radzi kobiła mnie tutaj przygarnie, czy nie? Jest najedzony. Znowu obżar komuś żarcie. Ale w tej grze nie trzeba w ogóle mieć jedzenia przy sobie. Wystarczy garnki opierdolić komuś od czasu do czasu. Czy może to naprawili i to dzięki temu jest łatwiej, ale... Czy jak obecnie... Tu znowu naprawili zamek, patrz. Dobra, a nie naprawili mu zamku. O, jest.
So what have you learned?
All sorts of things.
There's some foreigner called Eric behind the counterfeiting ring, and someone highly placed at the monastery.
The monastery? Really?
That's what 𝐊𝐸𝐴𝐧𝐸𝐴 claimed.
So it's worse than I thought. If this is true, we'll have to proceed with the utmost caution.
Why? Can't we just go to the monastery to investigate?
No. If the church is truly involved, I have no authority.
What the fuck?
So what will you do?
I'll have to think about it. It won't be an easy nut to crack. I'll have to consult with Hanush. And what of this Eric? Who is he?
I don't know, but he's recruiting armed men in Sasau and forming an army.
Damn! So it looks like 𝗶𝗶𝗴𝗱𝐴 wasn't the end of it.
It most certainly wasn't, sir. And what's more, 𝐊𝐸𝐴𝐧𝐸𝐴𝐴 is convinced this Eric is only a go-between, and there's someone bigger behind him.
You should return to Sasau and take a closer look at those recruiters. If they're going to attack, we must find out sooner than last time.
It might not be as straightforward as that. So 𝐊𝐤𝐧𝐿 didn't know them and has no idea how to find them.
You'll have to manage somehow, my lad. Don't tell me there's an armed force amassing here and nobody knows anything. Go to Sasau and try to find them.
I'm not sure where to start, sir.
Then ask around the alehouses and inns, or at the Rathaus. Someone must have heard something. These things can't be entirely kept in the dark. Whatever you do, be careful, Henry. And best not mention my name. It would attract unwelcome attention. What we want is for the crimps to take you for just another village lad they can lure into their gang.
All right, sir. I'll try to blend in as best I can.
I know I'm asking.
No, wyglądasz, nie? Tak jak sobie się
But
nie
I
chciał
know of no
spierdolić.
one else who could help as much as you can now.
Sir, there's one more thing. Sir 𝐊𝐴𝐺𝐿 went with...
My boy, my boy. You make promises in my name. But, if it can prevent bloodshed, why the hell not? We may well come to some arrangement, but I can't say yet what will become of him. You'd better run along.
As you command, sir.
To znowu trzeba gdzieś iść? Zaraz to. A co z tamtym choróbskiem w ogóle? Tutaj na rozwój wypadków. Stąd nie można podróżować. O Jezusie. Dobra. Umyj się, gościu, w końcu. Usiądź. I w końcu inwentarz. Dokumenty urlika to tam chuj z tym w sumie. To też tam walić za bardzo nie jest ważne. To na pewno fajnie byłoby przeczytać. Wow, jeszcze nie umiem tak czytać dobrze, żeby to przeczytać. O, nice. Testament. Ach, testament miałem zanieść też. To wychodzi na to, że nie mam co czytać. Cholera jest za bardzo. Ale przypał, co? Mogę dłużej spać, naprawdę. A, bo zmęczony w ogóle nie jestem. No tak. No dobrze, a tutaj zakończymy. Serdecznie dziękuję za oglądanie. Trzymajcie się. Do usłyszenia. No i cześć!